That makes you wonder if your own blood pressure is trying to tell you something? Or maybe you've seen those numbers on the cuff at the doctor's office and felt a little wave of worry, knowing that high blood pressure is this silent, invisible threat that millions of us live with, often without even a single symptom. We're told to eat less salt, to exercise more, to manage stress. It can feel like a never-ending list of don'ts and difficult tasks. But what if I told you that one of the most powerful tools for managing your blood pressure isn't a pill from a pharmacy or a complicated diet plan, but something you'd happily serve at a summer picnic? What if the key could be as simple, as delicious, and as refreshing as a slice of cold, crisp, juicy watermelon? Stick with me, because we're about to dive deep into the incredible science behind how this humble fruit does so much more than just quench your thirst on a hot day. We're going to unpack exactly how watermelon wages a war on high blood pressure from the inside out, and by the end of this, you're going to see that red and green rind in a whole new, life-changing light. Let's start by getting a real handle on what we're actually dealing with when we talk about high blood pressure. Imagine your circulatory system, all the arteries and veins in your body, as a vast, intricate network of garden hoses. Your heart is the pump that sends blood rushing through these hoses to deliver oxygen and nutrients to every single cell, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head. Now, blood pressure is simply the measure of the force that your pumping blood is exerting against the walls of those hoses, your arteries. You need some pressure, of course. Without it, the blood wouldn't go anywhere. But problems start when that force is consistently too high. It's like turning the faucet on full blast and leaving it there, day after day, year after year. That constant, excessive pressure strains the entire system. It weakens and damages the delicate lining of your arteries, making them stiff, narrow, and prone to collecting little tears where nasty plaque can start to build up. This is the recipe for a catastrophe waiting to happen: a heart attack, a stroke, kidney disease, you name it. It's often called the silent killer because it does all this damage quietly, without any fanfare, until one day something major goes wrong. So, the goal of any treatment, whether it's medication or lifestyle change, is to gently but effectively turn down that faucet, to reduce the constant pressure and give your entire vascular system a break. This is where our superstar, the watermelon, makes its grand entrance. For the longest time, most of us thought of watermelon as basically sugary water in a fun, edible container. It's sweet, it's hydrating, and it's a treat, but we didn't give it much credit beyond that. But scientific research over the past couple of decades has completely flipped the script. It turns out, watermelon is not just empty calories. It's a nutritional powerhouse packed with a unique combination of compounds that work in beautiful harmony to support heart health and directly combat high blood pressure. The magic isn't just in one single ingredient. It's in the symphony of components all playing together. We're talking about a fruit that is over 90% water, yet within that water is a potent mix of vitamins, minerals, and amino acids that have a direct and measurable impact on your blood vessels. One of the most critical players in this story is an amino acid called L-citrulline. Now, you might not have heard of it before, but it is absolutely central to why watermelon is so effective. When you eat watermelon, your body absorbs this L-citrulline and gets to work converting it into another amino acid called L-arginine. This conversion is the crucial first step. Why? Because L-arginine is the direct raw material, the essential building block that your body uses to create a truly miraculous molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, or NO for short, is a gas that your body produces naturally, and its job is absolutely vital. Think of nitric oxide as the ultimate relaxation therapist for your blood vessels. It's a potent vasodilator. Vaso means vessel and dilate means to widen or open up. So, when nitric oxide is released into your bloodstream, it signals the smooth muscles in the walls of your arteries to relax. When those muscles relax, the artery itself widens. It's like taking that narrow, stiff, pressurized garden hose and magically transforming it into a wider, more flexible, and relaxed fire hose. The inner space, the lumen of the artery, expands. And what happens when you have a wider pipe for the same amount of fluid to flow through? The pressure inside drops. It's basic plumbing physics, but it's happening inside your body. This is one of the primary ways that many prescription blood pressure medications work. They are designed to promote vasodilation. But watermelon offers a natural, food-based pathway to boost your body's own production of this incredible pressure-lowering compound. The brilliant thing about getting your L-citrulline from watermelon, rather than from a supplement or even from other foods, is the built-in delivery system. Watermelon doesn't just give you the citrulline, it delivers it in a package flooded with water and essential electrolytes. This brings us to the second major weapon in watermelon's arsenal, potassium. You've probably heard that bananas are a great source of potassium, and they are, but watermelon is actually a fantastic source too. Potassium is a mineral that acts as a natural counterbalance to sodium in your body. We all know that eating too much sodium, which is found in salt, is a major contributor to high blood pressure. Sodium makes your body hold onto extra water. This retained water increases the total volume of fluid in your bloodstream, and more fluid in the same space means higher pressure again, simple hydraulics. Potassium works against this. It helps your kidneys flush out excess sodium and water through your urine. It's like opening a release valve on a pressure cooker. By promoting the excretion of sodium, potassium directly reduces blood volume and, consequently, blood pressure. So, while the citrulline is working on relaxing and widening your blood vessels, the potassium is working on reducing the volume of fluid rushing through them. It's a two-pronged attack, and watermelon is providing both tools simultaneously. But the goodness doesn't stop there. Watermelon is also famously red, and that beautiful red color comes from a powerful antioxidant called lycopene. Lycopene is part of the carotenoid family, the same compounds that give tomatoes, pink grapefruit, and carrots their vibrant colors. But watermelon actually contains more lycopene per serving than even raw tomatoes. So, what does an antioxidant have to do with blood pressure? Well, it all goes back to that damage we talked about from high pressure itself. When your blood pressure is high, the forceful flow of blood can cause friction and damage to the sensitive endothelial lining of your arteries. This damage triggers inflammation and oxidative stress. Think of oxidative stress as internal rusting. It's a process where unstable molecules called free radicals damage your cells. This rust makes artery walls stiffer, more inflamed, and even more prone to plaque buildup, which then drives blood pressure even higher. It's a vicious cycle. This is where lycopene and other antioxidants in watermelon, like vitamin C, leap into action. They neutralize those damaging free radicals. They act like little rust removers and bodyguards for your cells, protecting the integrity of your blood vessels. By reducing oxidative stress and inflammation, lycopene helps keep your arteries supple, healthy, and functioning properly, which makes them more responsive to the vasodilating effects of nitric oxide. It's not just about fixing the pressure. It's about healing and protecting the pipes themselves. And we can't forget about the fiber. While watermelon isn't the most fiber-dense fruit out there, it does contribute a small amount of dietary fiber. Fiber is another key dietary component for heart health. Soluble fiber, in particular, can help bind to cholesterol in the digestive system and prevent it from being absorbed into the bloodstream. Lower cholesterol levels mean less plaque buildup, which means clearer, wider arteries and, you guessed it, lower blood pressure. Furthermore, a diet rich in fruits and vegetables that are high in water and fiber, like watermelon, helps promote a healthy body weight. Maintaining a healthy weight is one of the most effective lifestyle changes for controlling blood pressure. Excess weight forces your heart to work much harder to pump blood throughout your body, which increases the pressure in your arteries. The water and fiber in watermelon contribute to a feeling of fullness, which can help you eat fewer calorie-dense foods, supporting weight management efforts. So, indirectly, by helping you feel full and hydrated with very few calories, watermelon supports the broader goal of achieving and maintaining a healthy weight for optimal blood pressure. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, this all sounds great in theory, but does it actually work in real life? This is the best part. This isn't just hopeful speculation. It's backed by solid scientific evidence from multiple human clinical trials. Researchers have put watermelon to the test. In one notable study, obese adults with pre-hypertension or stage 1 hypertension were given watermelon extract supplementation, which is a concentrated dose of the beneficial compounds. The results were significant. They showed measurable improvements in blood pressure and arterial function. Another study had participants consume a generous amount of fresh watermelon daily for several weeks. Again, the results showed a notable reduction in systolic and diastolic blood pressure, that's the top and bottom numbers on your reading, and a reduction in ankle blood pressure, which is a key indicator of arterial stiffness. The research points to the conclusion that consistent, daily consumption of watermelon can have a real, clinically relevant impact on cardiovascular health. It's not a magic bullet that will replace all medication for everyone, but it is a powerfully effective dietary strategy that can work alongside other healthy habits. Of course, a question that immediately comes to mind for many people is about the sugar content. Watermelon does taste sweet, and it does contain natural sugars. Isn't all that sugar bad for you? This is a really important point to address. The sugar in watermelon is natural fructose, which is very different from the high fructose corn syrup or refined sugar added to sodas and candies. When you eat a whole fruit like watermelon, the sugar is packaged together with a huge amount of water, a dose of fiber, and all those incredible vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants we just talked about. This combination drastically changes how your body processes the sugar. The fiber and water slow down the absorption of the sugar into your bloodstream, preventing the sharp, unhealthy spikes in blood sugar that you get from drinking a sugar-sweetened beverage. For most people, eating a reasonable serving of watermelon will not cause a problematic spike in blood glucose. However, if you have diabetes or are on a very strict low-carbohydrate diet for medical reasons, it is always wise to talk to your doctor or a registered dietitian. They can help you incorporate watermelon into your meal plan in a way that makes sense for your individual health needs. For the vast majority of people, the benefits of watermelon's nutrients far outweigh any concern about its natural sugar content. So, how much watermelon are we talking about to get these benefits? The research studies often use the equivalent of about 2 cups of diced watermelon per day. That's a decent-sized serving, but it's not an overwhelming amount. It's about a quarter of a medium-sized melon. The beauty of it is its versatility. You don't have to just sit down with a bowl and a spoon. You can blend it into a hydrating smoothie, maybe with some Greek yogurt for extra protein. You can make a vibrant salad with mint and feta cheese. You can freeze chunks of it for a frozen treat that's infinitely healthier than ice cream. You can even grill it for a surprising and delicious side dish. The goal is to make it a regular, enjoyable part of your diet, not a chore. It's also fascinating to note that the citrulline content is actually highest in the white rind of the watermelon, the part that most of us cut off and throw away. This doesn't mean you have to start munching on the tough rind, but it's a reminder that this fruit is designed for efficiency. Some cultures do pickle the rind, and you can certainly blend a little bit of the white part into your smoothies if you want to get an extra boost of that blood pressure-fighting amino acid. The deep red flesh is still packed with citrulline, along with all the lycopene, potassium, and vitamin C. Ultimately, the story of watermelon and high blood pressure is a perfect example of the power of food as medicine. It's a testament to the fact that sometimes the most effective solutions for our modern health problems are not found in a lab, but in nature. They are simple, accessible, and enjoyable. Incorporating watermelon into your life isn't about deprivation or following a restrictive fad diet. It's about addition. It's about adding in a food that is not only incredibly delicious and refreshing, but also actively working to protect your most vital systems. It's working to relax your arteries, to reduce the fluid volume in your body, to fight off damaging inflammation, and to protect your cells from oxidative stress. It's a holistic approach to health that comes in a sweet, juicy, and summery package. So the next time you see a watermelon, don't just see a picnic food. See a heart-healthy superfood. See a natural vasodilator. See a delicious tool for taking control of your well-being. Your taste buds will be happy, and your heart will thank you for it.